Hey everybody, hope you guys are all doing safe. So this is the Xiaomi 17 Pro Max. Now you're probably thinking of two things. Number one is Xiaomi 17, what happened to Xiaomi 16? And the second thing you're probably thinking is Xiaomi 17 Pro Max? Are you serious, Xiaomi? Are you really gonna copy Apple to such a degree? Now, I will address both of these points later. I have a lot of thoughts, particularly on the second point. If you ignore, or just for now, don't pay attention to the completely unoriginal naming scheme of this phone, there's a lot to like with the hardware because it does several things that are new or unique or just haven't been done in a while. I also want to mention that there's a smaller Xiaomi 17 Pro that has almost the exact same components and specs and features as this guy, except it has a smaller battery, smaller screen, and a slightly different zoom lens. But I didn't really have time to test this phone yet. I've just been putting my time into this guy for the past couple of days, so this video will focus just on this phone. So the major selling point of the Xiaomi 17 Pro Max is that it has a secondary screen on the back, a 2.86-inch OLED panel that gets very bright. Now what does the second screen do? You can run various widgets on it. Like right now I have my step count on there, so I like that it's constantly reminding me of how many steps I've tracked for the day so far. You also have other things like a timer, incoming notifications will show here. You can also pin certain screenshots onto here if you need, like if you have a groceries list, you can have it display on the back. And there's also a lot of third-party supports with apps in China. So if you call it Didi in China, for example, Didi is like China's Uber, you'll be able to see the car's license plate number and the driver information, how far the car is away from picking you up. And likewise, if you fly with an airline in China, I'm assuming you'll be able to have your boarding pass here and all the gate information right here. Now, right now, the only international app that supports the outer screen is Spotify. You can control music playback on the back. Xiaomi says it will work with more app developers to build widgets for the second screen. But that remains to be seen how that will go. Like, I'm not sure if, like, you know, Uber will be rushing to build a widget for the secondary screen of the Xiaomi 17 Pro Max. At least not until this phone launches globally, because right now it is for the China market only. But my favorite use case for the secondary screen is that if you swipe from the left, you can bring open a camera viewfinder. Now, this camera viewfinder is fully functional, so you can cycle through all the different camera modes. In fact, you even have an exclusive photo collage mode that's only usable on this screen. You can film photos or videos directly from the second screen. So this is awesome because that means you can take selfies using the main camera system and still see exactly what you're filming. Like this selfie I took with the main camera of the phone. It just has so much more depth, details, and definition than most Android front-facing cameras. Or if you're someone like me, I am increasingly shooting a lot of B-roll footage for my YouTube videos with a phone. So when I'm outside at a coffee shop and I need to just quickly grab a shot of something, I can just set this phone up on a tripod. I can use the screen to see exactly what I'm filming to get the framing just right. So even if we don't get any more widgets for the second screen, just the ability to use it as a camera viewfinder, it's already going to be very useful for me. Elsewhere, this is the first phone to run on the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5. This is the newest Qualcomm chip that will be powering the Samsung Galaxy S26 phones in 2026. And it's basically going to be the most powerful chip on the side of Android for at least the next 12 months. So I ran a Geekbench 6 benchmark, and surprisingly, the multi-core score actually outperforms the iPhone 17 Pro Max running on the newest A19 Pro chip. I've only been using the phone for about 2 days, so I haven't had enough time to really push it yet. But I'm pretty sure this phone will be a top performer. There's a gigantic 7,300 mAh battery in here, in a body that's only 8mm thick and weighs 219 grams. In fact, the iPhone 17 Pro Max, the dimensions are almost exactly the same as the Xiaomi 17 Pro Max. Like when you put the two phones side by side, they're like the same thickness, same width, same height. Despite that, the battery in the iPhone is like a little bit under 5,000 mAh, whereas here it's 7,300 mAh, and it charges at 100 watt speeds. That's crazy. The display panel also got an upgrade. This is the new Xiaomi M10 display panel. Beautiful looking panel with super slim bezels symmetrically running across all four sides, including the corners. The bezels appear to be every bit as thin as the bezels of the iPhone 17 Pro Max, maybe even a little bit thinner. And then finally, you have a triple camera system here. All three cameras, the main camera uses a new sensor, it's the Light Fusion 950L. This is a sensor developed by Xiaomi in collaboration with Leica. The main camera performs very well, as you can see from these samples here. But again, I need to stress that I haven't really had enough time to push the cameras yet. And then down here, you have a 50 megapixel periscope camera that gets up to 115mm optical reach. That's about 5x zoom. And you can do it in sensor crop to get a 10x zoom. But the sensor size of this periscope camera is 1/2.8 inch, I think, so it's still much smaller than the periscope camera in the Xiaomi 15 Ultra or the Vivo X200 Ultra. So I would not expect this periscope camera to be the best on the market. Like even right now, I don't think it will be better than the Xiaomi 15 Ultra's periscope camera. And finally down here, you have a 50 megapixel ultra-wide camera. That's decent. They look good enough, but I need to put more testing to see if the camera system it's like comparable to the Xiaomi 15 Ultra or better or not. A full review is coming. This is just like an early first look. So now back to the 2 points that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. Number one is Xiaomi 17, what happened to Xiaomi 16? So apparently the decision to skip 16 to jump from 15 to 17 came all the way at the top of Xiaomi from late June. He wanted to skip 16 to jump straight to 17 to compete with Apple, to kind of catch up with Apple. Now as for the second thing, why did they have to call this phone Xiaomi 17 Pro Max? Can't they call it Xiaomi 17 Pro Plus? Because if you call it Xiaomi 17 Pro Max, that's like a complete copy of what Apple is doing. That's the feeling that it gives you, at least to people like me, or probably you, like a Westerner. But I have to remind you that Chinese culture is quite different from the rest of the world. So inside China, I don't think they see it as a bad thing that they're trying to follow a trend, to follow something that's working very well. So the mentality is just different. Like in China, they don't really see naming the product after an Apple product to be this shameless copy thing. It's more like, yeah, well, Apple is the top. We want to get to the top. We want to do what Apple's doing. So why not do that? And Xiaomi's never actually shied away from that. Even from the beginning of Xiaomi's existence, they've always openly said that they are fans of Apple and they want to get to where Apple is. So that's just the whole mentality there. But I get it though. My first response when I saw the naming scheme was a little bit like, oh my God, come on, Xiaomi, don't do that. Because I really respect Xiaomi's products and I love that the Ultra lines have their own design language. So it's sad to see that it's just like trying to do what Apple's doing. But like I said, if you can overlook that, there's a lot to like with this phone. So yeah, this is the Xiaomi 17 Pro Max. I will put my SIM in this guy very soon and use it as my daily driver, so I'll have a full review. So if you're interested in keeping up to date with the latest in consumer tech, please consider subscribing to my channel. It will help me a lot. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.